The last 12 months haven't been very kind to Derby County. They're a financial mess. They had a point deduction last season which ultimately led them to getting relegated. But to their credit, in League One they're not doing bad as they're currently 6th in the league. But because they have had 12 months of hell, I thought it was about time I stepped in. I am taking charge of Derby County, and by the end of this video they will be the best team in the world. But once again, there's a slight twist. Due to their financial problems, we can't afford to buy players, we can't afford any decent scouts, we can't afford youth academy players, we can only afford free agents. We made a championship team the best in the world from free agents. The question is, can we do the same with a League One team? So first of all, let's take a look at the squad. What has happened to Derby County? This team is bloody awful. Look at the average age of this team, man. It's bloody ancient. There are a couple of decent players like Bird and Knight, but other than them pair, I think this team is doomed. And just to make sure I'm sticking to this free agents rule, I am releasing every single youth academy player, even though this guy, Sebastian John, could really come in useful for me. Let's be honest, when we're looking for free agents, we've got to look for every single position in this squad. And the go-to free agent, Alexis Vega, is no longer in the game anymore, so we can't even rely on him. We've just got to go through these free agents and hope to God we find some hidden gems. Now, after searching, I found this winger, Akram Afif. He's already 76 rated, meaning he'll be the best player in the team. Now, one thing I have to be cautious with is our budget. We've only got 3 million, meaning for the first couple of seasons at least, we may have to limit how many players we bring in. But there was nobody stopping me signing this player. And I've also found this winger, Mexican Uriel Antuni, can play on the left and the right as well. So now that we've got our wingers sorted for a good couple of seasons, we definitely need to get a better keeper than Wildsmith. And I have found this guy, Carlos Asfedo, 26 years old, 77 rated. I'm pretty sure when we sign him, he'll be the best keeper in League One. But after signing those 3 players, we've now got only $500,000 left in the bank, and that's not even taking into account renewing players' contracts. But to be fair, this team does look pretty solid. It's going to be very interesting to see how Derby County does in Season 1. So at the end of this season, we finished 3rd in League One, which means that we're in the playoffs alongside Portsmouth, Plymouth Argyle and Barnsley. And we were in the playoff final after absolutely dismantling Barnsley 3-1. The last game of this season decides whether we get promotion back to the Championship only 1 season after getting relegated from it, or whether we are staying put in League One. Let's see if the Rams have got what it takes to get back to the Championship. Oh, come on, man. Plymouth, what are you doing to me? Grant scores in the 57th minute to keep us in League One. I bet Parface is dead happy. It's easy to see how we've done so well this season. Akram Afif and Uriel Antuna have absolutely carried Derby County this season. It's probably a blessing in disguise that we didn't get promotion though, because if we went into the Championship with this team and we were only allowed to sign free agents, bearing in mind, we'd get our backsides handed to us. But before we go to Season 2, did you know that I'm aiming for 15,000 subscribers by the end of next summer? So if you're not yet subscribed, hit that subscribe button, it'd be massively appreciated. Okay, I don't have a clue what's happened, but starting Season 2, we've got no reserves, our left back's gone, half of our players have gone, and I'm pretty sure that everybody's contracts were renewed. Yes, there was only 1 player who I didn't renew the contract with. The rest of them, I don't have a clue what's happened to them. So now, not only have we got to sign free agents for the starting 11, we've got to get some bloody squad depth in this team. Don't get me wrong, we have 6 million to spend on free agents, but Jesus, it's a good job we didn't get promoted. Let's just hope amongst these free agents, there's a bloody lot of good players that we can bring in. Now, whilst I was searching for a striker, I've stumbled upon this player, Cho Gi-sung, 25 years old and already 73 rated. He would be perfect for our squad. And just like that, we made it happen. And I found my fullback for the next couple of seasons, Aaron, the Spanish fullback, 26 years old, 77 rated. Now here's the tricky part. We've only signed 2 players and we've only got 5 million left now. I think at maximum we can sign 3 more players. Now let me tell you something. I may have just found a hidden gem, Nolan Lawrence, who's 19 years old, who's 73 rated already. I don't care if he doesn't turn out to be world class. I just need to improve this squad, and he definitely does. And I found yet another defensive midfielder, 31-year-old Gaston Jimenez, 73 rated. He's definitely getting on a bit, but he will definitely do the job for us. And I think I'm about to bring in Zlatan Ibrahimovic's regen into the team. Victor Karlsson, 18 years old. He's Swedish as well. And those stats definitely look promising. After further looking at Lawrence's stats, I'm going to convert him to a centre-back. That looks more like a centre-back than a CDM to me. And I think that's our transfer window wrapped up quite nicely. We couldn't find a right back for Adoro, but I guess 1 weak link isn't bad. But in all honesty, with this team, we should be expecting promotion this time. And at the end of Season 2, we haven't just gone up, we have gone up as champions, and not just as champions, we absolutely flattened League One. We ended up 12 points clear as 2nd place Bristol City, for God's sake. Oh, we came so close to winning the Papa John's trophy. That's 1 trophy I can never win. And our best player by a mile this season, Cho Gi-sung. Look at those stats, man. Let's be honest, this squad is far too good for League One. However, in the Championship, it's a little bit of a different story. So now we're in Season 3 and we're in the Championship, which is a far more difficult league than in League One, which means we can ill afford players like Adora or Sibley in the starting 11 if I'm being honest. On top of that, we've got a squad depth situation once again purely because a lot of people retired last season. But the good news is we have 11 million, meaning we can bring in way more free agents this season. Now we needed a right back and I found two, one short term, one long term. Sergio Roberto for the short term and long term Rico Lewis. What a pull that is. And already that defensive lineup looks so much better with Roberto there, but there's one thing I have really screwed up on. We have literally only got one goalkeeper. How I have let that happen, I will never know. So for our backup goalkeeper, I have gone for Turkish goalkeeper Gökhan Akan. And look who I've just found, Jason Knight, the player who we had in our starting 11 in Season 1. I do believe he was on loan, but now he's a free agent, so why not? Now I've just found two players who look very promising for the future. Shola Shortire and a player called Robin Martin, both very young and both got very good stats already. I've given this some thought. I'm going to convert Robin Martin to a winger. He's got decent stats and I think he'd be decent as a rotational winger. The team now looks really good and could be within a shout for promotion. However, we are definitely lacking squad depth when it comes to centre-backs, because when you look at the subs bench and the reserves for that matter, we've got no decent centre-backs at all. And after scouring the free agents, I found what seems to be brothers Marcin back and Maruiz back. And with those two players now in the squad, the team is ready for this season. However, I am a little bit cautious on whether I want to get promotion or not, because quite frankly speaking, this is our first time in the Championship with this team. If we get promotion first time, we may get our arses handed to us in the Premier League. I officially owe my team a massive apology. We've only gone back to back winning League One and the Championship. We are in the Premier League next season. It's incredible. The first two signings we have made have been absolutely insane so far for us. Look at them. They've just carried this Derby County side. I'll be the first to admit I have massively underestimated this team. However, we are now going to be playing in the Premier League in Season 4 and we all know how difficult that can be. Considering the fact this is a free agent rebuild and there's only a couple of areas we actually need to improve on, and the team shows how bloody well we're doing. It's basically this midfield triangle here. If we improve this, we are good to go for the Premier League this season. I have to admit, I miss spending money, especially when we're being given 35 million as well. Now, I found a midfielder. I might only get one or two good seasons out of him, but he will definitely do the job. Jorginho, 33 years old, 84 rated. Jorginho's won the Champions League and he's won the Euros, and we're going to get him for free. What a bargain. And just like that, Jorginho's added to the squad, and already the team looks better, but we're nowhere near done yet. I found two more defensive midfielders, and I have to say, my luck so far has been amazing. We picked up defensive midfielders Zalchko Juric and also Diogo Costa, both under the age of 21, and both look bloody good as well. Now, I think I made a mistake with Shortire and Martin. I think I should have made Martin a cam and Shortire a winger, but I'm going to rectify that right now. Meanwhile, I'm pretty sure I've just found Dres Mertens regen. Check out his stats. 5'5", 19 years old, 78 rated as well. And the best part about this is we've got 18.8 million in the bank. There's no way we're going to run out of money to buy players now. And that's that official. Probably the best signing we have made so far. And I'm also going to snap up Adama Traore just for a bit of squad depth. Honestly, our luck so far has been disgusting. Take a look at how good this team has become, man. All jokes aside, we may get a top 6 finish in the first season of the Premier League. Okay, this time I may have slightly overestimated how well we could do in the Premier League. We finished 11th this season. However, when we were considering top 6 at the start of the season, it is a little bit of a downgrade. It's crazy to think that if Cho Gi-sung, Afif and Antuna didn't play this season, we'd have been relegated. Plus, I bet it also didn't help that Petit's been out for about 3 months as well. But I consider our first season in the Premier League a massive success, and now we just need to grow from this. We do start season 5 with good news. Petit is only injured for another 5 weeks, meaning he'll be there for the first game of the Premier League season. But the bad news is we've only got 2 decent centre-backs. We need to make sure our priority this season is bringing in at least one more good centre-back. Honestly, boys, what I would give to spend that money right now. I've had good luck bringing free agents in so far. Let's hope that luck continues by bringing in a good centre-back. Now, I found a centre-back, and some of you may be thinking I'm rushing into this, but look at his stats already. He's only 21 as well. It's a moment of truth. Oh my god, 80 overall. What an absolute bargain we've got with him now. That's amazing. 21 years old, 79 rated, and he's also showing great potential. So now that we have one good centre-back, we need to bring in a better goalkeeper, because Akan just definitely isn't good enough anymore. And look who I found. Arsenal's old keeper, Bird Leno, 34 years old, 80 rated. He'll definitely do the job. And I found yet another centre-back, Samuel Umtiti. Granted, he's 32 years old, but he can definitely do the job for at least one season. The team now is actually looking really promising. We've got a very good starting 11. We've got a pretty solid sub bench with good squad depth. I think we're ready for this season now. So last season, we finished 11th with Derby County. This season, however, we have finished 3rd in the Premier League. This team is actually cracked. We have jumped 8 places higher this season, and all we've done is brought in a couple of backup players. And you wouldn't believe from these stats we finished 3rd in the Premier League. There's only Antuna in a FIFA who've got double digits when it comes to goals. But obviously 3rd place means one thing: we are in the Champions League next season, so the signings we make next season have got to be incredible. Now when we look at the team, it is brilliant. The sub bench is actually pretty decent as well. However, the one part of that team I would love to improve is that CDM role. Juric, 81 rated, is brilliant, don't get me wrong, but we could definitely do with a better CDM. And on top of that, Sergio Roberto is 73 rated and he just isn't good enough anymore. This is actually killing me now. 90 million to spend. They're just rubbing it in my face now, Derby are. He's not a CDM, but he can definitely do the job for one season at least. Domenico Berardi, 32 years old, 82 rated. And I found yet another Italian free agent, Giovanni Di Lorenzo. He is 33 years old, but he's definitely a better option than Sergio Roberto. It looks like my luck's run out, boys. I couldn't find a CDM to save my life. Not one that's good enough to replace Juric anyway. But when you consider the fact we're only allowed to buy free agents, our starting 11 is incredible, and our sub bench is not too bad either. And of course, we are in the Champions League. We're in Group F, joined by the following teams: Barcelona, Monaco, and Shakhtar. It's basically the group of death, and it's up to the boys to get out of this now. And the boys have delivered. We've topped Group F, and we're into the round of 16. On top of that, we're 3rd place after 25 games. The only bad thing is Spurs are bloody top. Now, I'm this team's biggest underestimator, but maybe it's time we stop doing that. Maybe it's time to believe that this team could actually win the Champions League this season. And after getting past Dortmund in the round of 16 and Bologna in the quarterfinals, we had now reached the semi-finals. We've had a pretty easy run so far, Dortmund and Bologna, but now we're up against the big boys, Bayern Munich. Let's see how the Rams will get on against Bayern Munich in the semi-finals. Do we lose 2-1 in the first leg? Is this the beginning of the end, or are we going to mount a massive comeback in the second leg? I never realised that FIFA was out injured in the first leg, which could be a massive factor in why we lost. Now he's back in the team. We may be able to mount a comeback against the German. Oh, come on, man. 3-2, are you kidding me? Our Champions League journey ends at the hands of Bayern Munich. Let's just hope they're in the Premier League. We've got another top 4 finish. We have once again finished 3rd in the Premier League. We are in the Champions League next season, thank God. But the bad news, the bottle jobs actually aren't bottle jobs anymore. But we've got more good news, is we've beaten Liverpool in the FA Cup final, which means that's our first trophy won as Derby manager. And surprise, surprise, it's the same 3 every single time: Chogi, Sung, Akram, Afif, and also Uriel Antuna. And a special shout out to Petit, 88 rated, and he's got 7 goals and 13 assists as well. We were inches away from the final of the Champions League this year. Next season, though, we need to make the signings that are going to take us all the way. Now, starting season 7, there's 3 positions we need to buy for. I think in the Champions League, we need a better CDM to take us to that next level. And we also need a better fullback than Di Lorenzo and a better goalkeeper than Akan. I don't know where Leno's gone. I think he's just toodled off without saying anything. The board are actually killing me, man. 130 million. Derby, what are you doing to me, man? We could solve every problem we have with that money. I've definitely found the solution to our goalkeeper problem. Kionga Steels is somehow a free agent. That's one position out of the 3 sorted. Now we need the CDM and a fullback. I may have just found our next player, Argentinian fullback Luis Aguilar. He's got pretty decent stats. However, we can't afford to scout him further because he's already been approached by Bologna. The deal's being sorted. It's now time to find out what overall he is. He's 80 rated. That's 2 positions we've sorted out. Now it's just the CDM role we need to buy for. Boys, we found 2 CDMs for the team, but neither of them are good enough. Rafael Baumgartner, 18 years old at 74 rated. He'd have been perfect about 3 seasons ago. And the next player we found was Casemiro, but he's almost at retirement age. So it looks like going into season 7, this is the squad that we're lining up with. Don't get me wrong, it is an amazing squad, but that weakness in the middle of the park is going to bug me throughout the entire season. We do also have a chance early this season to get our second trophy with the Community Shield final against the Bottle Jobs. So let's skip this game and see what we do. Yes, come on, we beat the Bottle Jobs in the final. Trophy number 2 to our collection. And just look at the group we've been put in. Getafe, Ajax, and Shakhtar Donetsk. Last season's group was a group of death, and we still topped that. Imagine what we could do to these guys. And for the second season in a row, we smashed the group stage and we have cruised to the round of 16. And don't get me wrong, we're not in a title race in the Premier League, but we're still in the top 4, which is something at least. Every time I look at this team, it just gets better and better. The question is this time, can we get further than the semi-finals? And after narrowly getting past past Benfica in the round of 16 and knocking out Spanish giants Real Madrid, we had once again reached the semi-final. We have a chance of redemption. We are facing Bayern Munich in the semi-finals. Last season, they knocked us out. This season, can we beat them? We're 1-0 up. That's an amazing start. 7 long seasons has led to this moment. We've granted our arses off trying to find free agents left, right and centre, and we have now got the chance to book our place in the Champions League final. The question is, can the Rams pull this one off? Come on, boys. Don't let me down a beg. Come on! We've got our redemption, and we have also got our place in the final. And the final team standing in our way of calling ourselves the best team in the world is Juventus. And we certainly closed that gap. We only finished 5 points behind first place Man City. But the best news, we finished above the battle jobs. You'll love to see it. And that's twice we've won the FA Cup, beating Liverpool once again to do it. Honestly, it's the same 3 every single season. Afif, Antuna, and once again, Cho Gi-sung. Absolutely amazing players. But let's not forget about some other hidden gems along the way. Aaron, the left back, 88 rated. Asvedo, our goalkeeper from season 1, 86 rated. Rico Lewis, of course, as well. And just to bring it up, Antuna is 96 rated. That is amazing. But whilst this team is quite literally on another level, there's only one more game we have to win before we can say they are the best team in the world. Rico Lewis is in chase. Oh, the Esposito is cut inside. What a save from Asvedo. We have a chance with Aaron here. Aaron, he's just gone through their entire defense and nobody's even made a challenge. Our left wing back, Aaron, he's close in chase by Van der Ven. Oh, my days. Van der Ven did enough in the end. Suleimani is making Rico Lewis look average here. He's passed it into Vlahovic. Vlahovic, and oh, my God, that is an amazing goal by Juve. They make it 1-0 up. Diego Costa, a FIFA acres of room on the right. Oh, that's a great save from Juve's keeper. He's got some room. He spotted Aaron. Nobody's in the box. He's going to whip it back stick. He's come back out. Cho Gi-sung. Oh, Antuna. Oh, my days. Come back to Petit. Juve are defending for their lives. How many blocks are they going to make? Oh, my God. Petit. Got a bit of room. He's going to have a... Antuna, he's done nothing really in this game. Can he spot the striker? Cho Gi-sung. Cho Gi-sung is in behind. He's going to bull roll inside. Find Antuna. Acres of room. And he equalises for us just on the stroke of half time. That's a great bit of play. Afif. He's running rings around them. He's got a bit of room on the right-hand side of the pitch. What a freaking strike on literally the stroke of half-time this time. Afif has made it 2-1 to Derby County in the Champions League final with an absolute screamer. Oh, he's taken out for Tessie. He's on his left foot. He's had a shot. Juve's keeper's crap, man. Esposito has found Vlahovic. That's one person you don't want to be one-on-one with your keeper. Asvedo's made a great save, though. Antuna. Nobody can get near Antuna, honestly. Look at him go. And he's going to spot that run. Oh, look at this. This could be amazing. Juve, man, let me have another gobble. Juve is starting to knock on the door. I don't like this. Oh, that's not what you want in the 71st minute. Esposito's equalised. It's 2-2 now. We've got 20 minutes left to get one last goal. He spotted a thief, one of the best players in this entire video. He spotted Juric once again. Juric to make it 3-2. Juric, the guy that we were trying to replace for the last 3 seasons, has arguably, maybe, just won us the Champions League final. Oh no! On the stroke of the 90th minute, Esposito, 3-3. This is going to extra time. We have potentially got one final chance. Afifa's down this left-hand side. He's leaving Juve's defenders for dead. He's cut on the inside once again. He's found our striker. And our striker in the extra time has just won us the Champions League. 7 goals in the Champions League. We may have just won it for us. The Rams are going to be nuts. And quite literally, with the last kick of the game, our striker has just won us the Champions League. 7 long seasons it took us with Derby County. 7 long seasons of signing free agents in the hopes that they were good enough. And it turns out they were. And if you enjoyed watching this video, click somewhere here to watch another one of my videos. I mean, why not? It's free. It's better than Netflix.